Hello there, Sam here, and I guide people to heal themselves from chronic illness and symptoms by understanding the root cause of why those symptoms have manifested in the first place and the many options that they have to heal themselves. Because, of course, all healing is self-healing, and whatever it is that you've got going on, you can be the cure. So today, I want to talk about another very common symptom that people experience, which is eczema. So eczema is a very itchy, involves redness on the skin, and there can be lots of different variations of eczema, some more bumpy, some with little spots on it, some just red patches. So it can manifest in different ways, and of course, different parts of the body. But what it is, with from a meta-conscious perspective, all symptoms are intelligent adaptations by the body, or they are the healing phase following one of these intelligent adaptations when the body went into overdrive to deal with a specific type of stressful event or trigger that reminded of a stressful event. And so we have to understand what the body is trying to achieve with the eczema, with the manifestation of eczema. Now, eczema is actually a symptom which is happening in the healing phase. So it's happening once the body and the unconscious mind has had a signal or understands that the cause of the initial stress is actually resolved. So what is the meaning? Well, the meaning of eczema is separation conflict. So the meaning of symptoms, any symptoms that happen in the epidermis, the outer layer of skin on the body, it's all about separation conflicts. And that can either mean feeling that you're separated from someone or something that you don't want to be separated from, such as missing someone's hug, missing someone's touch, missing a place or whatever. Or it can be wanting to be separate from, so wanting to get away from, but not being able to get away from a particular thing. And the different locations of the body will have different meanings. And so why do people develop eczema, say, on the inner arms, but not on the outer arms? Or why have they got it on their chest, but not on their legs? Or why have they got it all over their body, or whatever? And all of the meanings are subjective to the individual. So what does that body part mean to them? But it's generally going to have some relationship to what you can understand that body part to mean. So, for example, the hand, yeah, what were you unable to grab? What did it feel like you were separate from, being able to touch? Or if it's the back of the arm, what couldn't you push away from? Those kinds of meanings. If it is generally if it's on the sort of inner part of the body, so your front, your inner arms, front of the legs, the face, these are most often going to be that you are missing the touch or missing the thing. And if it's on the back, so it's more of a trying to get away from the thing. So backs of the arms, knees, perhaps, things that feet, things that you're trying to push away from, kick away from. So then, yeah, it's more like what you couldn't get away from when it's on those outer bits of the body. But also the key is to remember that the symptom, the eczema, is actually happening in that restoration phase. So it's happening after the stress has been resolved. The separation stress or the trigger has been resolved in some way. So what actually happens is when the stressful event happens, the stressful separation conflict, the unexpected, dramatic, isolating, no strategy at the time to deal with it, separation conflict, the body kicks in with this process where the skin becomes thinner, becomes drier, it becomes less sensitive. And the biological purpose of that is to keep you from feeling that separation conflict, because you might not really notice it's happened, but the skin's gone numb, dry, etc. Then after the acceptance, whatever has happened, maybe something has happened which has partially or fully resolved that stressful conflict. So, for example, if the stress of the separation conflict was to deal with a breakup, and then you, some way down the line, then you meet a new partner and it resolves that conflict to a degree, then that sort of thing, these are the acceptances where the symptom will actually kick in, which is the body trying to heal, and the healing is the red, hot, itchy, sometimes painful eczema symptom, actually the skin repairing itself before healing, or completing the healing rather. Now, another thing about eczema, which almost always happens, is that the symptom itself can cause people, so that healing symptom can cause you to then feel more separation, because you might feel that you're ugly with this red rash everywhere, you don't want to be out in public, those kinds of things. So it causes a separation conflict again, which loops you back to the stress, and then you get this sort of repeating cycle of chronic eczema that's continuing. And it can be there can be many other reasons which keep you looping in that stress. Maybe repeatedly, every time you see a certain person that you want to be away from, it re-triggers the stress, and then a few days down the line the eczema comes up, so you've got to do that bit of detective work to find that out. So understanding what the stress is that had that separation conflict attached to it, then using then basically finding a way to release that, whether that is a lifestyle change so that you no longer have any have that same feeling of separation, a full resolution by being back with that person or whatever, or or making peace with it with processes such as EFT, matrix reimprinting, to resolve the impact of that separation conflict. These are all ways that you can really get that healing process working. So that's a very simple explanation of eczema and why it happens and what you need to find out so that you can actually heal yourself from eczema. I'll also include in the links down below, I have done a case study on a client with eczema who had very quickly had excellent results in resolving that. And it can be very quick with these things, or it can take a longer time, depending on how many layers of triggers, how strong the root cause was in your life. But you can very quickly resolve in some cases, or it can be a longer healing journey. But if it is, it's still very worth it, because of course, as with all of this, not only are you healing yourself of the symptom, you're also transforming your life and becoming more in alignment with who you are. So please, love to hear any questions. Feel free to comment below or get in touch with me, sam@eftnow.co.uk. I'd love to support you with eczema or any other chronic symptoms. Bye for now.